Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on the time you're watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Patrick Nkemba. Let me show you this vector. And this vector is very important, and I want you to come up with the application of vector in real life. So we're going to say this is B, this is O, this is A. Now there are roads to these stations on the map. So we have this road, and we also have this road, we have this road. Then the direction to this road is this, and it is called the vector A. Then this is vector B. Then between these two lines going separate direction from the O point, we have the road that is cutting here. We have the road that is cutting here. It may not really look necessarily the way it is in the paper, but according to the paper ratio that we've been given, it is 1 to 2. Now, I'm going to modify this question so that I give you my own example. I'll give you this is 1 to 4. This is 1 to 4, so that you remain solving the one that is in the paper 2019 GCE. So 1 to 4, that is the ratio. So the question has been given to us, and it is saying OB, vector OB is equals to vector B, then OA is equals to A, then the direction such that there is a line, this is point M, there is a line OM which is cutting at the ratio, which is cutting AB cutting AB at M. So this OM is cutting AB at point M such that BM over, let me say, such that AM over BM is 1 over 4. This tries to say that AM to BM is the ratio of 1 to 4. So when you move one step, it means you have moved 4 steps in the other direction. I'm just trying to find a way of explaining this kind of a ratio. So you don't have to suffer with these numbers. They are going to give you in the question, and if they have not given you, shouldn't suffer. It means they are not there. You can't work with what you haven't been given. So just work with what you have been given, and I'm assuring you that in vectors they are going to give you. So the first question that comes in vectors, it's to calculate AB. Find AB. So when you come to this map, you want to move from point A to point B. You can't use this line because you assume you haven't been given these vectors. Just to use the loads which have these vectors. As soon as you calculate the vectors for here, these roads can be opened and you can be able to use them. So for this point, you're going to move from A to O, then from O to B. How do you express that movement? Come here and say I'll move from A to O, then plus I'll move from O to B. So when you look at this direction from A to O, you'll find that it is going to the opposite direction. You are going to the opposite direction because the direction is going this side, but you'll be moving from here to here. So this is going to mean you are going to say negative of vector A plus this vector B that is here, which is a positive because we are going to the direction of the vector, so plus B. And if that is what you have, then just drop these things down so that mathematics should be making sense, should be looking nice. When you solve on the paper, it should be exciting for the examiner to mark. Don't make a mess on the paper. So another thing that you have to understand is that you should not and do not leave a negative in front. Do not. So what you do is let the positive dominate minus a negative. Let the positive dominate. So this is going to be your answer. Now the second question, this is where I'm going to end so that I give you a hint on how you should work with the ratio. The second question, I'm going to assume I've been given to calculate or to find AM. AM is going to be equal to, AM is here. How can I move from A to M? How can I move from A to M? I said this part has not been opened yet, but this time we've opened because we found the vectors for AB. So we know that AB is B minus A. So if we want AM with the ratio that we are given, can simply say AM is equals to what? AM is equals to, we have a 1 here and a 4 there. So if we have a 1 and a 4, it means AB, the total is 1 plus 4 ratio. 1 plus 4 is equals to 5. So AB is 5, and if you want to have AM, we can cut this AB, which is 5, at 0.1. So how can we express that? Can say it's 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. So 1, if these are meters, it means 1 meter from point A, you can always be at M. Then 4 meters from point M to, you can always be at B. This is how, another way of trying to understand this. It may not really be what they are meaning, but I'm just using that way of explanation so that you get the concept of what we're trying to do. So you can get that 1 over 5 and you put it here to say point AM, this distance AM, it's 1 out of 5 in line AB. So what do we have on AB? 1 over 5. What is AB? AB is B minus A. We calculated this. So the way it is in vector, if you fail the first question, it means you've failed everything. So we calculated this here. If you fail the first question, it means you failed everything. So this is what we have here. So AM is here. So this is the answer. So 1 over 5, this. If you want, you can continue from here. You can say 1 times B. You're going to have B vector over 5. Then this times that minus. So this minus is just coming. Then you say 1 times that A vector over 5. Then you're also going to have this. So if you want, you can leave it there. If you want, you can come with it to this point. But remember, this can also be used in the next equation. So if you leave it here, it means you're going to have challenges to taking it to this one before you use it in another equation. So this is how it should go. If they were asking for BM, we would have said 4 over 5, because the total number of this line, the total ratio of this line is 5. Now 4 out of the 5, which is the total, it's the distance that is being occupied here. This has just been given to us. It's not us to establish or come up with it. So if it has not been given, then it's going to be hard for you to make these conclusions. But I'm promising you that it's always going to be given. Unless you have any question, otherwise you can continue trying to attempt the question so that we can continue going forward. Thank you so much.